Hey there! So I'm out in the garden, completely not dressed for the weather, but I'm just running out here to grab some potting soil. Hopefully it's not frozen. So here it is. Oh, I don't think it's frozen solid. Maybe a little bit. Can I get some? Just gonna try to get enough to start a couple seeds. It's the first day of seed sowing for 2023. This is such an exciting day. It is always fun to seed sow, and once you start, the new garden, it's just so great. So I got a little bit. There's a leftover seedling in here. I'm gonna get this tray all cleaned up and get this soil thawed out, and then we'll do some planting. All right, so the first seeds of 2023. I've got a seed tray here. The soil has now thawed out a little bit, so it's up to indoor room temperature, which is good. And I've got two kinds of eucalyptus that I'm going to plant this time. So I've got the silver dollar eucalyptus. This is kind of like classic looking eucalyptus. I think you see this one a lot, like when you buy eucalyptus, I don't know, to put in your shower or something like that. This is one of those like classic ones. And then I have baby blue eucalyptus, which is another eucalyptus that's in that similar kind of classic traditional eucalyptus look, pretty much what you think of when you think of eucalyptus. And this one has a really beautiful scent. It's just a really pretty plant. I've grown this one before and had really, really good luck with it. It's always grown really happily for me. I know that sometimes people talk about eucalyptus being a little tricky to grow, but that's never been my experience. I've always just had it sprout really quickly and grow really fast. They do say that the germination can take 21 to 30 days. I've never had that happen. I think my eucalyptus has always just germinated probably within like a week, but if it takes a little while, it's definitely not one that you need to worry about. Let me check on little baby Adelaide. She's just playing down here while I'm starting seeds. There's always something going on in this house with a toddler and a baby. We've got a lot going on, but we're getting some gardening done too, which is good. This is a seed tray that has about 60 cells. I'm going to fill the rest of them and do like some of my violas and pansies and things in here a little later, but I'm not starting those today. I think I'm just gonna do 6 of each of these. And then, yeah, as I was saying, they're gonna be accent plants in containers. I have grown them just on their own. I think like a few times I've put them in their own container, and they're a pretty plant. Like, they're really beautiful, but they don't, I don't know, they don't fill up like a single pot in my experience in my garden. They're probably grow to about maybe like 2 feet by the end of the summer is pretty much what my eucalyptus has always grown to. So it's like a nice plant to have kind of sticking out of a container maybe. I've grown them in part shade and in full sun, and they've done okay in both. Obviously, the more sun you give them, the bigger they will grow. I actually grew a couple in my green stalk planter this summer, and that worked pretty well too. They just work at kind of fun little, sprays of foliage coming out of it. Okay, so just to plant these, it's pretty simple. They're really small seeds, like really teeny tiny. Let me get one out here. It's almost like a little poppy seed or something, very small. So I just surface sow them. I don't cover them with any soil, anything like that, just surface sow. And then I'll get, my mister, mist them in, keep them covered, and keep these under grow lights inside until after the last frost. They definitely are a warm weather plant, and so not something that you want to have getting a frost. The frost will kill them. They're frost tender. Okay, so let's plant them. there they are, all seeds sown. I did sow 2 seeds per cell, probably not necessary. I haven't done that in the past. The baby blue eucalyptus were older seeds. I've had those for, I think I've grown them for 3 seasons now, so I just figured I put 2 seeds in each cell just to make sure that that one, you know, just make sure that I got good germination. And then for the other one, I did 2 in each cell as well, because I've never grown those seeds before, so I don't know if the germination is maybe a little different. I'll be curious to see if there's any difference in the varieties. I've grown, let's see, the only other eucalyptus that I've grown other than the baby blue is lemon gum eucalyptus. Okay, I got a seat on the couch. Little Adelaide is sleeping, and so I thought we could just chat really quickly about eucalyptus. So the only other eucalyptus that I've grown is the lemon gum eucalyptus. I have heard people say that lemon gum eucalyptus doesn't smell very good. Like a lot of kind of unpleasant kitty kind of odors and things like that. That has never been my experience with the lemon gum. I got my seeds from, I think, Baker Creek, and it was totally fine. Definitely had a very citronella kind of smell. So the baby blue eucalyptus, that has that traditional real like beautiful eucalyptus scent. The lemon gum is definitely more citronella scented, and it's supposed to have kind of those properties that keep bugs away. I don't know. I've tried to like rub it and, you know, rub a couple leaves and see what happens. Maybe it works a little bit. I am not growing the lemon gum eucalyptus purely just because of like the leaf style. It's very pretty, but it's more like a green leaf. And this year in the garden, I think I'm really wanting the eucalyptus for that blue accent and to make sure that I have a little bit of blue foliage in my garden. It's a color that I don't really have anywhere else in the garden. I don't have any like blue spruces, and it tends to be a harder one to get as far as annuals. You know, there's not really like a blue coleus. I'm trying to even think off the top of my head what like a blue foliage plant would be. So the eucalyptus is really going to take that role for me in the garden, hopefully this year. So that's kind of the goal with it. And I think it will do that beautifully. I'm super excited to see how this silver dollar one looks too. I think it's going to be very similar to the baby blue, and really gorgeous. So that was the plan with those. Hopefully they will be sprouting soon. I will kind of keep you posted on the seedlings. It's just so exciting to get something started, to be starting seeds already. I love when the new year hits because I feel like it's a fresh start. I also, in other kind of plant update news, if you've been following along my saga with my lemon tree, so I tried to bring my lemon tree indoors one time and had a horrible bug infestation, and then I took all the soil off of all of the roots and completely just like cleaned off the roots and put in all fresh soil. I brought it indoors fully expecting it to shock. I mean, that's a lot to put a plant through, and I've heard that lemon trees can be kind of, picky about coming indoors. This thing is so happy. It's under grow lights, and I noticed on Christmas Eve, it was like a little Christmas present, I noticed that it's actually putting on flowers. It's got some buds, which is just so exciting. So I did lose the other eucalyptus. I was trying to bring my eucalyptus plant that I've had for a couple years, I was trying to bring that one inside. I cleaned off the soil, and it was just too much for that eucalyptus plant. It did not make it. But the lemon tree is doing great. I've been fertilizing it about weekly because it's blooming. I don't actually know if that's what you're supposed to do. I really need to read up on lemon trees, but I'm kind of, in the garden, I'm kind of a learn by experience person. So I don't know, but I've been fertilizing it, and it's been so happy, and it's blooming. So that's so exciting. Just wanted to keep you updated on that. Anyways, I am going to hang out this afternoon. I hope you are having a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye.